What is going on, everybody? Project Rod here, and it is time for racing here in the All-Star Challenge for Steel Titans 2. Here in Vegas, we have our high jump winner, Earthshaker and Angel Garcia, 77.4 feet, breaking a new record. And this was the leaderboards for high jump. Again, you can see it was a pretty split decision, but Team Thunderstorm had more trucks in those bottom area of the brackets of the points earned. So there's now a 2-point difference between Team Crazy Jammers and Team Thunderstorm. Team Thunderstorm with the lead again. Your team captain, Driftboy912 and El Toro Loco leading Team Crazy Jammers, and Megalodon and Brandon Thunder leading Team Thunderstorm. This is the racing bracket after qualifying earlier today. And as you can see, the top four, 3 out of the 4 in the top 4 that got the bye run are Team Thunderstorm, so they already have an advantage in terms of points. So Team Crazy Jammers has a lot of ground to make up if they want to get more points. So here we go. Let's get started with round 1. It's going to be Megalodon versus Soldier Fortune. Let's see who's going to take the first racing win here in the All-Star Challenge in Las Vegas. So far, they look pretty even going to the turn at the same time. Looks like Soldier Fortune may have gotten to the jump first. Brian the Dog Webb, again, not known too much for his racing, but he's putting on a pretty good fight. No, and unfortunately a hiccup for Soldier Fortune. Megalodon is going to take the win here. So an easy win for Megalodon, rolling over and back on all fours. Megalodon and Brandon Thunder putting on quite a show. So unfortunate for Soldier Fortune, he did get that penalty there, costing him the race. So here comes Alien Invasion and Max D. Both of these trucks and drivers are on the same team, so at this point, it's just whoever the stronger racer is will move on. And Alien Invasion, unfortunately, a penalty right there, so Max D already has the edge if he can just stay clean and avoid any penalties. And at this point, what you want is the strongest racer moving on, because that betters your chances in the end. Alien Invasion looks like she's going to get to the finish line first, but the race will go to Max D because of the penalty. So Max D and Matt Johnson moving on to round 2. Here comes Earthshaker and El Toro Loco now. Again, teammate against teammate. Your high jump winner for today's competition, Earthshaker and Angel Garcia versus the team captain, El Toro Loco and Driftboy912. I'm sure Earthshaker would hate to knock out his team captain, but again, they need the strongest racers from each team to progress if they want a chance to make that lead even closer, or really take the lead away from Team Thunderstorm. So here we go. Coming to the final turn, Earthshaker with a great lead over his team captain, and he's going to be the one moving on to round 2. Unfortunate for El Toro Loco, but it's fine because I'm sure he wants the better racer moving on for his team. Here comes Gravedigger versus Northern Nightmare, rival versus rival. Here in the next race of round 1, again, April Summers and Alex Stevens 27, a huge rivalry going all the way back to season 1, and he's the one that kept knocking her out of the championships of season 1 and 2, as well as in World Finals. He always had that one step ahead over April Summers, so I'm sure she'd love some redemption here. Going to the final, or the second to last turn, pretty evenly. Here we go, final turn. Who's it going to be? No! Northern Nightmare would have taken the race, but he did get a penalty just there. So the race will go to Gravedigger and April Summers, and a wild ending for Northern Nightmare, but unfortunately he is out of the competition, and Gravedigger is moving on. So this is the racing bracket now. After round 1, as you can see, there are 3 team members from Team Crazy Jammers in round 2, so they really need to hang on and knock out these competitors from Team Thunderstorm if they want to take the lead away. Here we go. Team captain of Team Thunderstorm versus Mohawk Warrior and the Camera 9785, who was the fastest qualifier earlier in this competition. Right now they look pretty even. I'm sure Mohawk Warrior would love to knock him out and get more points for his team. Here we go, the final turn. Who's it gonna be? And a photo finish. No, it's gonna go to Megalodon. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe there was a penalty or something. I'm not sure, but Megalodon taking that racing win away from Mohawk Warrior. There might have been a penalty that I missed. But here we go. The next race of round 2 is going to be Max D versus MMJ Producer and Doomsday. Both teammates of Team Thunderstorm, but again, you want the strongest racer of each team to progress. So right now, MMJ Producer has a lead over Max D and Matt Johnson. So let's see, coming to the final turn, MMJ, it seems like it's all him here coming to the final turn, and it will be. He'll be moving on to the next round. Max D and Matt Johnson is now eliminated from the racing competition, but again, you want the strongest racer on your team to progress. So here comes Earthshaker and Bakugan Dragonoid for the next race of round 2, or really the final race, if I'm not mistaken. No, second to last race, excuse me, of round 2. Both pretty good racers. Again, Earthshaker almost took the race championship in World Finals 3 in Oakland, so he kind of has the leg up in terms of racing, but Bakugan Dragonoid and Daniel the Fireball Murray is hanging on pretty closely, and they're coming both to the turn, the final turn, pretty easy, and a pretty good photo finish. Bakugan Dragonoid, a wild ride after the race. We're going to have to go to the final replay. Here we go, going in slow-mo, and it looks like Earthshaker is going to be the winner, moving on to the next round, knocking off Daniel San Diego Murray. So he San Diego'd it again. I'm sorry, Daniel, I have to do it to you. Son of a Digger and Gravedigger is your final racing match here in round 2. Son of a Digger in Arcanine 59 and April Summers in Gravedigger, seeing what they can do. These two have never faced off, given that Son of a Digger was in the Arena Series for Season 1 and 2 right before April Summers switched to the Arena Series for Season 3. And Arcanine ended up coming out of Season 3, did not participate, but April Summers and Gravedigger coming to the final turn and getting that win, it seems. No, it's going to Son of a Digger. There must have been a penalty. So Gravedigger is out, Son of a Digger is in, and the only Team Crazy Jammer competitor in the bracket is Earthshaker and Angel Garcia. The other 3 trucks are all in Team Thunderstorm. So here we go, Megalodon versus Doomsday for the first race of the semifinals. And it looks like Team Crazy Jammers is in a bad spot. If Angel Garcia can make it all the way through and get those 12 points, it'll help. But it's still going to set them behind, because they're 3 out of the 4 trucks in the semifinals all belong to Team Thunderstorm. And that's not good for them. It's great for Team Thunderstorm. Megalodon, however, messing up on that turn. MMJ Producer capitalizing on it, and he will most likely take the win. And he is going to take the win away from his team captain. So MMJ Producer and Doomsday, the winner of the LCQ, moving on to the championship race here in the All-Star Challenge. Now it's time for Son of a Digger and Earthshaker. If Earthshaker can move on, it'll help his team tremendously, but Arcanine 59 and Son of a Digger does not want that to happen. I'm sure he'd want those top points to go to his team and his team alone, but right there, it looks like he's going to get a penalty. I did see him cross that line over, or cross over that line slightly, so he will most likely get a penalty, and the race will belong to Earthshaker as long as he can finish cleanly. So Son of a Digger getting to the racing line, or racing finish first, but no, yep, it's going to go to Earthshaker. Son of a Digger, a wild ride to end the race, but he did cross that line, giving him a penalty. So it comes down to these two, Doomsday and Earthshaker. It's now Team Thunderstorm versus Team Crazy Jammers for the championship race here in the All-Star Challenge. Again, Doomsday and MMJ Producer and Team Thunderstorm have a better advantage, given that most of their team members made it further in the racing bracket, so chances are they will most likely still have the lead, but Earthshaker and Angel Garcia would still want to get those 12 points, because every single point counts, and every single point is going to help his team in the end of the competition. So pretty even so far. Doomsday looks like he got to the ramp first. Both of these guys, very strong racers. So it's all going to come down to this final turn here. Who is going to take the racing win here in the All-Star Challenge, and a photo finish? These trucks and these drivers are notorious for photo finishes, and it's going to come down to the final frame of racing, and I believe it was Earthshaker. I'm not going to call it yet, though. We're going to go to the super slow-mo just to double check and make sure we're not missing anything. And your winner is Earthshaker and Angel Garcia, taking high jump and now racing here in Las Vegas for the All-Star Challenge, helping out his team any way he can. Team Crazy Jammers is on top at the end of racing. So again, Angel Garcia and Earthshaker is your racing winner. And 3 out of the 5 competitions so far have all gone to Team Crazy Jammers. But look at this. 4 out of the top 6 racers today we're all on Team Thunderstorm, so they're going to get the most points out of this competition regardless of who won. So let's go ahead and take a look at the points for both teams. And look at this, 110 to 124. So Team Thunderstorm has a 14-point lead over Team Crazy Jammer, so they're really going to have to make up some ground in Best Trick, which is the next competition. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching.